all cycle counts within a cycle are exact. It means that's the number of cycles within another cycle are exact. They're not approximations. They're always exactly that same number of cycles within a cycle. Okay, given time durations, for most cycles are averages and are calculated using average orbital times. So for example, the 594.99 year cycle has exactly 33 shadows, also called eclipses, within its own cycle period. So there are always 33 within a cycle period of the 59499. Also has exactly 7,359 orbits. The synodic orbits T4 around T3. Those two right there would equate to Earth and Moon. So next over here, an average time duration of 594.99 years. So those are averages. That's an average time range. That is an exact average too. It's not like, well, it's just kind of sort of around there. No, it comes to an exact average time like 59499 over quite a lengthy period of time, but I'm not going to go into that right now. Range is approximately 594.985 years to 594.995 years. Has exactly 1,254 eclipses or shadows from all FMC number 1 through FMC number 38. Has an average of 217,315.999 days. Ranges approximately 217,314 days to 217,318 days. All high, low cycle times in years are exact. All geomagnetic excursion times are averages. All planetary alignment times are exact. All long cycles are exact, starting with the 59,499 year cycle and larger. The following cycle times will come to their exact average every 29,749.5 years. First one single tropical year at 365.2431133.296 days. One synodic T4, which is equivalent to the moon, will be at 29.5306427.504. One cycle of a single FMC will equal 18.03 years, or 6,585.333 days. And so one day, coming to its exact average, will be 86,400 seconds, which is not currently at its average. And these also are not at their averages. The year, tropical year, synodic month. So anyway, that's that. Okay, you also have this. This is 6,585.33 days divided by 18.03 years equals 365.2431133.296 days. And same one here is 6,585.33 days divided by 223 synodic orbits of T4 or the moon will come to 29.5306427.504 days. And 6,585.33 days times 86,400 seconds, which is the number of seconds in one single day, come to 568,972,800 seconds. Alright, so there's a lot to show in this video. I'm going to do my best to get through it. Let's start right here, which is close to the beginning of the evolution of this final paper that's underneath this stack of papers here. There's a lot to show. There's a lot that's going on. A lot of information. So this is on the crossing points in their pairs, something that was actually discovered, first found out through Trion and then discovered also in the sorrow cycles. And you can just see some of the information or the time durations between eclipses on this particular sorrow cycle. This is the 133. So anyway, this is where this originated from. As far as for Earth, is it's very nearly identical to T4 and T3. So these are the time durations. These are all hand calculated. I have a video on all of those. I'm sure I have a video done on that. There's a new video file going that's all on the documentation of all the work that's led up to this. So I have a lot of the hand calculated time durations for all these that you're going to see over a number of different videos. But anyway, here's the time durations for these, and they're on each one of these. This is where it's first discovered as far as on the sorrow cycle, to see if this actually existed in the sorrow cycles, and sure enough it does, and it's turned into quite an incredible paper. And so you can see other ones right in here. There's various ones around, but this is getting close. This is right in here on the time crossing time durations right in here on this particular sorrow cycle. This is the 131. I'm not going to go through all these. Show you one more here. Either some back there, but then here you get into where the time crossing duration is going to be. So anyway, that's 3 of those. From there, this moved on to over on these papers right here. This is pretty much in the order that these were moved through, more or less, as I was doing them. So again, here's the high-lows. It's got these 3 different waves that run through here. And this is one of the first papers where this was discovered on the sorrow cycles. This one. There's the 3 waves as they're moving in time. You can see 68, 68, 69, 69. And these were printed and discovering more happening in here. This one right here is running in the FMC order. As you can see, it's different than what this order is on these original drawings over here. These are now set up into a FMC order, so you can see where the years are not in their occurrence, in their time of occurrence. So there's 2 different wave types in here, wave patterns. So there's the FMC order and there's the year of occurrence order. Some of these dates that are written on here, these years on here, are, again, it was the first part of the discovery of them, so some of them might still be like incorrectly written on there, drawn in there. Still understanding which ones were exactly the correct ones from their alignment. So there's this one. Again, the information just evolving. Get an understanding of it. Here. And this one right here is in the FMC order. This one right here is in its year of occurrence order. And I missed this one over here, sorry about that. It's hard to see through the phone all the time. Anyway, there's this one right here. Again, just a lot of stuff in there, organizing it. Yeah, show you that one. This one I was And this you'll also see on there. This is this isn't the beginning of this wheel right here. This is a 3-sequence wheel. Quite an incredible piece of work in itself. I have some hand drawings somewhere that was the very beginnings of this. I didn't do very much on it because I could just kind of see it in my head, and then created the rest of it with my son Christopher on the computer. And real quick, I'll show you it evolved over here into this piece right here. Show you that more later. Alright, so let me get these up out of here. Move on to the next paper of this evolving. Moving through time. So this was the next one that came up. I asked my son Christopher to arrange these in these pairs right here this way. This is something we already had been working on with some pairs in their high and low time durations, which is different than their crossing point time durations. But that's for another video. So this is the first one on here. You can see there's a lot of extra writing on here. This bar up here with the pairs in the way that it is, this is all drawn in there by penciled in. It wasn't even planned, or I even thought to put in there at the time. It's something I've already had for a long time, is this pairing right here in this order, at least this right here. But then I thought, well, that needs to go on the paper too. So anyway, extra stuff written in there, as you can see. Has just one set of the 20 and 01A on there. You'll find, there's another set that has the 01B and the 20 come out on some of the other papers. Here's the pair patterns. It's got the 02, 38. You can see right here, the 02 and 38. Okay, then it's going to be the 03 and 37, which is over here. Okay. I did a video, it's on YouTube, of this very piece of work right here. Kind of a crazy video, actually, because I see all the stuff in my head. It's all like right here. I was going to be something people were going to be shocked to see. Of course, none of our videos get any views on it because people they just simply don't have what it takes to understand a lot of this stuff. Most people, nearly everybody. So anyway, this is the first run paper on this. Then it evolved into this one right here, which is getting better organized and more information. You can see this right here got moved now onto digital form and printed on there. Even more stuff on in there. You can see the 111 synodic moons on there. Okay. And now you can see the 01A to the 20 and the 01B to the 20 on there. I'll go over some more of this later when we get down to the final paper, so I'm just going to skip through some of this is for documentation reasons too, so that people can see what we've been working on. So now we have this. Some of these papers, there's been just simply mistakes that were made on here. Mistakes in just the way that it was organized, or something being copied and pasted. I guess it got copied over and then sent down, and it's not finished, and it's still just sitting there. I know that probably doesn't make any sense, but like right here, you can see this right here. Where this goes down to CTH3. These are correct on there. It was one of these. It was I forget where it was, but anyway, there's been a few mistakes that have been made just in the way it was organized on there. So again, you can see right here the 1, 2, 3, 3, and the 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3 on here. You can see that happening over here. This was also started over here and put into this paper. And here's the wave patterns. There's that one. This one, you can see there's little notes around different places that things to fix, add, do something. This is the wave patterns in the 1803 cycles that they fall in. And there's the 3 sequence wheel. In the original, this has a whole bunch of stuff on here of things that need to be changed in the text, like crazy. This is all handwritten by myself, first on paper, then read to my son Christopher, or son Johnny, and then he prints it, or types it in, and then it gets printed, and then it gets put onto here. And in the process of all that, there's stuff that's just later found that it's just like that's not going to be quite right. So also this is another incredible piece. This is what I was talking about before, where this is the time duration high and low papers in the same pairing as what these in here are. The pairings you can see right here, the FMC 10, the FMC 30 over here. It's going to be where's the 10 and 30. 10 and 30 here, 10 and 30 in this pairing right here. So this is, again, time duration, highs and lows. And you'll see these on the next paper, too. All right, so get that one out of here. Okay. Sure, there's some changes on this one right here. This is the next one. This all got cleaned up better down here. And these guys, some stuff added on here. Highlights on the time durations and their highs and lows on this paper have been highlighted. And this has been added to it. These guys right here. The 6939.69 days, that is the total number of days in each one of these 19-year periods that pair up and literally just about land right on top of each other. As you can see right here, this lands at 28.5 or 28.5 degrees Capricorn, 29 degrees Capricorn. You can see the next one down, that's right on top of each other in 19-year pairs. And these are all running in odds. You can see the 0-1 to the 0-3, the 3 to the 5, 5 to the 7. They run in groups. There's 5 groups, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 groups before it starts over again after it does 33 eclipses on a single sorrow cycle. It'll go from, you see the 0-1 right there. Once it hits the 38, the group's going to start over back here to a 0-1 and start all over again. It's the exact same process. At least in the galaxy of Trion. But not on Earth. You'll find that out, the information too, because all this incredible organization right here, 1,200 years ago, didn't exist at all. None of these eclipses right here. This whole entire, all these sorrow cycles will be gone. They didn't, well, in 1,200 years they'll be gone, but 1,200 years ago they didn't even exist. They somehow miraculously put themselves in this kind of order, landing in the same spot in their orbital pattern. It organized itself like that. Again, in this current time in which we live, you can see right here that there's the 2029, 2083, okay? Right in here is the very current time in which we live, which is the center point of all of these, not just It's all of them. It has a center point of approximately the year 2000, where all these go back completely. They start to disappear from their existence in the future and in the past. The further you go back, the further you're going forward, these just start not being, they do not have existed. So this is the same one, except now it's run in the pairs of 2 and 4. It's exactly the same order of all these, same dates on here. You see the 1730 up on top. There's the 1730 and the 1. Now these are going to be pairing in the evens. 2 to 4, 4 to the 6, 6 to the 8. Same grouping, same 19-year patterns, landing right on top of each other, pretty close, within a quarter of a degree on average, or right on top. So, and then of course this one right here, you can already see that moving forward into the future, this one already doesn't exist somehow. It's not there. So, and then there's this one right here. Go over that more. To move along here. So this one right here, I believe, is the same. Let me see which one. I mean, one of these is the same print, it's just a little bit larger. So anyway, this one again has some notes on here to change some stuff, different places. So there's this one. Oh yeah, some other stuff, additional stuff to add on here. And this stuff. This one, the title of the paper was moved over in that corner. Just to take up less paper than that. Now you can see these right here have been incorporated into this here, and color has been added to it for a lot of hand holding, is what I call it. I also call it something else, but you don't want to hear that. But hand holding, that's what we call these things, where it's like, got to make it so that these people out here can understand this stuff, what they're looking at, as best we can possibly do. So it's a lot of hand holding in the organization and the drawings of these. All these are called drawings. Everything we have is called a drawing, because that's the way these a lot of these originate on paper in the beginning. And this stuff, whether I'm drawing it on paper or drawing it in my mind, and then it gets, let's just say, drawn or put together on a computer and then printed here. So we now have color in the pairs. Okay, here's the time duration of 01A and 01B. So it's 01A and 01B. This is the same exact time duration. You can see it right in here. This one is on the 01A, 7 hours. All these have the 6,585 days. The hours and the minutes have a little bit of difference in them. So this one has a 7 hour 29 minutes. This one's a 7 hours 29 minutes. These things are moving in their forward time going this way. On this left-hand side, forward time is going that way. Forward in time is going up that way. Time durations, as you can see, no, we already have time durations on here. Yeah, oh, they're down here, yeah. So time durations are moving, again, this time durations you can see right here, the 7 hours 55 minutes. So now it's going up, up in its time duration. As it says right here, time duration up, you can see the arrow. Time duration down is going that way, right? So these are now going down in their time duration. You can see 8 hours 13 minutes, 8 minutes, 2 minutes, right? 7 hours 54 minutes. So time duration up, and forward in time is going up this way. Forward in time is moving that way, and time duration down is moving that way. Probably a little confusing for everybody, but if you watch it enough and want to understand it, then you can go over it again. So we have these where some changes occurred in there in this paper, I think. I know there was a point where some changes had to occur because these sequences were not in order with other stuff that was written over here somewhere, one of these papers. That one. Yeah, here are these. Put these in here because that was something really incredible to see too. You'll see that on the next paper. I'll point that out when we get there. And these over here, I think, are pretty much the same. Oh yeah, we made an error in these right here. We had these reversed. Oh wait, that's the way it is on here. I have these in purple on odd, and yeah, maybe it was already corrected on this one. That's the purple one in odd. Somewhere back there we had these reversed right here. So now we have this. This looks pretty much the same, I think. Yeah. I'm getting pretty close to the final drawing here. So this one did get something out of extra, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, that one. This right here that we did not have on here, which is really quite incredible, because the 01B and the 01A at their exact same time crossings right here. You can see this again, the 6,585 days and 7 hours 29 minutes to the 7 hours 29 minutes, and this one is the 01B. Okay, 01A and 01B. These are not the same Saros cycles. Not the same eclipse. This one also runs at the 6,585 days, 7 hours, 29 minutes. So that's what these are over here to there. Exactly the same. And right at that very same time, these two right here are going to add up to a total magnitude, because they're partials, to 1.0802 in its magnitude combined together. And the 20 is 1.0799. Very, very close. Barely so close that you could just say it's the same magnitude with these two combined together at this crossing time. That's all exactly the same. That's a very significant thing to understand. These were added in here. This green plus blue equals the purple on here. This is the these are the three sequences in their digital root. Again, go over that more on the final paper, which is coming up next. And these right here were added into this paper. You can see right here, which is really quite incredible too. This right here has moving from right here at the 6585, 8 hours 53 minutes on its high, time duration high. So move down to here to its time duration low. You look right here where you see this 7 hours 20 minutes. Okay, at this 7 hours 22 minutes is its low, and then it goes back to a high right here at 8 hours 29 minutes. This is right here is a total of 33 eclipses from this point to this point on one single Saros right here. You can see the Saros cycle number 124. And its FMC order number is 10. And this is something that's quite interesting, because over here you have to go back over here and show you this real quick, because right here you have the same thing right here. This one is moving down in its time duration between eclipses. This was at 8 hours 49 minutes. Okay, this right here is 18 eclipses from this point right here, which is its low. Going from its low to its high over 18 eclipses. This one right here, because this is time duration up going that way, and time duration up that way. This is time duration forward in time is going this way, and time duration is going down. Anyway, there's 15 eclipses right here between this point, and this one right here has 18 eclipses. And this one right here is a negative 1 hour 31 minutes from this point right here to this point right here, again moving forward in time. 15 eclipses. This one right here has 1 hour plus and positive 1 hour 30 minutes. Again, this one's 1 hour 31. This one has 18 eclipses. That one has 15. And it's 1 hour 30 minutes. And again, moving forward in time. That's forward in time. That's forward in time. 1 hour 30 minutes, 31 minutes in the negative. 1 hour 30 minutes in the positive. This one over here has a 1 hour 7 minutes in positive. Now it's in 18 eclipses. And this one over here is, again, moving forward in time right here, has a 1 hour 8 minutes in the negative. Both of these have 33 eclipses from this point to this point, right? Different sorrow cycles. These right here add to these right here. There's again 33 eclipses right there, 18.03 years. Digital root of that is 3, 33 eclipses. Digital root 6, 594.99 years on an average on all of these. Going to become 9, 3, 6, and 9. This over here does exactly the same thing going on. So also is this right here that's been added into this paper. I'm going to just skip through this pretty quick, but even though it's absolutely incredible, I'm just going to show you this a lot more in detail right on the next paper. This was now added in here. With these star map locations of their time crossings, along with the zodiac in here. You can see the zodiac map locations on here too. Star map locations are from the story of Galaxy of Trion. Oh wait, I'm already showing you the other paper anyway. That's what these are. Yeah, so this right here, these are all the FMC numbers and the years that they fall on the Tritonian dates. You look right here, it's really quite an interesting thing to see. This happens a lot on a lot of our papers. It's everywhere also. You can see right here, this is the center point of the wave right here. It's going to be right inside of here. So this is the center point here, and the center point right in here is what you're looking at here. But you can see the CC, MM, and then it's going to go MM, CC in here. It's going to be the same order in its shadow classification right there. Same thing right here, it has exactly the same order. And do this down to the center point and then do everything back in reverse. And it's no different right here. The 01 is down here instead of up here at the 02 because the 01 and the 20, they pair up as I was talking about before over here. Their pairing pattern is different than the rest of these other 18. Of course, there's 9. So that's why the 1 is down here with the 20. As you can see, they connect together right here. So you can see right here, Intelligence Design 369123 from the story of the Atomic Galaxy of Trion. This is our final paper, at least for now, because stuff has been getting added to it. And it has become this incredible piece right here. So, let's start over here with this because of the 369 in the sequence wheel. Before I start with that still, I'm going to say this because all the information that you're going to see on this paper right here is unknown to the entire world. There's a hand, just like maybe 2 people, 3 people that maybe know something about it outside of our family, our team. But other than that, the world doesn't know that this even occurred. What I'm going to show you on here. So that includes this, which is pretty amazing because I did put this onto YouTube like must have been 4 or 5 months ago now. And of course, hardly anybody's even aware their channel even exists, but still it's quite amazing that anybody watches it and doesn't find that quite amazing, that understands anything about numbers or math or anything about anything. There's a lot of straight up ignorance and it's just straight stupidity out there. So this is the AGT, that stands for the Atomic Galaxy of Trion, okay, the 369, 1, 2, 3 sequence wheel. Right here you have these are all in digital roots, so I'm going to move down to here. This is the Lucas sequence, the 3, 4, 7, 11, 18, 29, 47, 76, and on here. We'll skip the 2 part, right, the number 2 right there for now, and go to the Fibonacci sequence, which is very well known, the 1, 1, 3, 5, 8, and on. And this one right here is unnamed sequence, and I'll bet only maybe 1 in a million people, maybe 1 in 10 million, 100 million, I don't know, you're even aware of this number sequence, and it's the most important sequence of these 3. Everybody's focused on this Fibonacci sequence, whatever. They can go do that all day long if they want to, but they're missing the most important part of what's going on here. And so this whole wheel right here was first drawn out, well, not the whole thing, but most of it was drawn out on paper. I don't have that with me right now. I'm not sure where that is. It's one of the spaces that I work in. But anyway, this was found by me, and then this wheel was designed by me. I have a whole bunch of other papers that work with these 3 sequences, massive number of papers. But this particular one right here, what it's doing around in this wheel right here, and in making these 369 patterns on the wheel, again, was only found out by myself like maybe 6 months ago, went onto YouTube about 5 months ago. You see the green plus the blue equals the purple. What that is again, this is all in digital root. Here's the digital root sequences right here. It's going to run 26 of these, and it's going to start the whole entire sequence all back over again. So in this case, the 3, 4, 7. He's going to start again right after the 1 right here and go 3, 4, 7 and start to do the whole sequence of 24 digits. Same with these right here. They're 24 digits, 24. They're going to start all over again after it finishes. It's 24 and the 3 sequences there. So in this case right here, you have the green plus the blue equals the purple. What that is right here. You see the green 4 to the blue 8 is 4 plus 8 equals 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 4 plus 2 equals 6. 1 plus 8 equals 9. Okay, all these are going to do that. Same thing over here. Now you're going to go the green plus the orange equals the purple. That's going to be going the other way. You're going to now go 4 plus 2 equals 6. 4 plus 8 equals 12. 1 plus 2, okay, equals 3. Same thing right here. That's what is happening all the way across here. Again, to point out that these are the digital root sequence of these sequences right here. Okay, that's all that's happening. So this is digital root. These are the actual numbers in the sequence. So in doing that, you get 2 sets that have 3 369s in it. That one right there is going to add to 369, 369, and then there's one down there. That's the 3 on the outer ring, and then there's 3 on an inner ring right here. They're going to do the same. And then, of course, purple to purple, that's going to give you these 9s right here. So now this 3 right here, plus the 6 is going to be 9. 6 plus 3 is going to be 9. 9 plus 9 is 18. It's 8. 1 plus 8 is going to equal the 9. All these are now going to become 9. That's what these triangles right here are. They all come to 9. Beautiful piece of work. So, yeah, there's so much to explain on here. So again, over here you have these. The colors are paired together in the way that they are on the sheet down here. So you have this 2 and this 38 right here. Again, there's the 2 and the 38. Those are the FMCs, order in which they occur. So right here, the 01A is going to actually be the first one that's going to occur in this whole set. Then it's going to go to the 01B, which is 1 month later. Then it's going to go to 02, which I think that's 6 moons apart on that one right there. I'm pretty sure that's a 6 moons, or also 6 synodic months. But it's going to go 666, and it's going to like five sixes, and then a 5 moon. Anyway, that's going to have a 5 and 6 moon order that's going to go all the way around. You see the pairs right here. All of these right here are the same color, color to the pairs down in here. Like right there, you can see the 0, 3, 37. Right here, there's the 03 to the 37, the 145 on the star cycle number, and the 127 on the star cycle number. Yeah, you can see right here, FMC number, star cycle number. Okay. And we already went over this on the other paper. Here is an interesting one, is because this is in the, on the sorrow cycles, they have the partials, the totals, and the annulars. And you can see the PP, those are partials, totals, okay, annulars. So you see right here where these things, in these 3 cycles of 18.03 years right here, all of these, everything that's happening on this whole entire paper except for these 2 over here, that's a little bit separate, but and this one right here, all of these right here are in this eclipse classification right here, eclipse type. So this pair right here is going to be a partial to a partial, a total to a total, right? You can see all of them right here are all exactly the same in their eclipse types. Not here. And this one right here, this total, is the one that's going to be out of order. The partial is correct, and that would be a partial, you might say, over in the galaxy of Trion, but this pair is not paired, well, this, according to NASA, this is the correct order, correct classification. This is the correct classification. Correct. Okay, all these are correct. According to NASA, this is the correct classification right here. So all but 3 of these, which are 18 in this order across here, are going to be all but 8 out of all 18. Only those 3 right there have a mispairing in their classification. All the others are the same. It comes to an interesting thing, like I was pointing out before, is that when you pair these 2 together, they have what looks like, well, basically this over here is the same magnitude. So essentially, these 2 paired together will make a total eclipse in their magnitude and then very close to the 20 right here, super close. So these are all highs and lows. You're going to see the high, CTH1. That's a high 1, high 2, and high 3. If you look down here, high 1, high 2, high 3. High 2 is higher than 1, and 3 is higher than the 2. Okay, so it's going to move in a CTH1, 2, 3. And then it's going to go 3 again, and now it's going to go into its low. Now it's going to go into a low 3 to a low 2 to a low 1, and then back up again to 2 to 3, and then start over again up there. At least start over in its order, but its high-low is going to be finished when it gets down to here. High-low in its crossing. So over here you have the same thing happening, except kind of in reverse. You see right here, this is the 1, 2, 3 in a high, and over here you have the 3, 2, 1 in its low. Okay, same thing over here. You have a 3 high over here, a 3 low over there. It's going to go 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, all in the low. Over here it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, all in the high. These all have very close to the same time durations. That's why they're paired up right here. You can see the green right here is highlighting its pairing, its crossing point in its pair. You see the 7 hours 40 minutes there to the 7 hours 39 minutes, 7:07 to 7:07, 6:49 to 6:48, 7:01 to 6:57. See right there, that's a difference of 4 minutes in there. And this one also has a difference of 4 minutes in there. Now, somebody looking over this really carefully, if you look at all these over here, I'll scan through these because, again, this is the final paper. It's important to see this. That's the 729 on the 1A to 1B. It's the 729 to 729 on the B. Or let's take this. This is the 01A A to the 20. And this one is the 01B to the 20. And you have these here. So these all occurred over these three 18.03 cycle periods. They're all 38 eclipses that are in here. Okay, you see right here, this one starts at the 01A and then it goes back to the 01A, which is where it starts over again. This is cycle 1, wave 1, cycle 2, wave 2, and cycle 3, wave 3. Okay, I'm going to scan through these right here real quick. Cycle 1 is 1964 to 1982. Cycle 2. See the cycle period up there is 1982 to 2000. This is cycle 3. Cycle period 2000 to 2018. Okay. So some of this I already showed you before, but again, these are the three waves in here. There's their cycle periods right there, cycle 1, 2, and 3. I just showed you over here on that paper there. Again, this one right here is running in its, you see right there, solar eclipse crossing times are shown in time of occurrence. Okay, the wave lines are pair connectors. They're all connecting the pairs together in their waves. This one right here is in their FMC order. You see the wave all connected in there that way. And over here, these are wave identifier symbols. You can see that. So that's going to be wave 1, the triangles. Wave 2 is a circle. Wave 3 is a square. That's what's happening on this paper right here. You can see the symbols right here, and this is pretty incredible too. What's happening right here is, well, if you go back right here to the 01A and 01B, to where this line is right here, right at this point right here, there are 9 eclipses that occur in here, which is 9. Again, the 9 and the 3 in a pair. Pairs of those, 9s and 3s, and the 3, 6, and 9, and the 1, 2, 3, and also even just the number 1 by itself are all numbers and patterns that the Creator uses very frequently. So there will be 9 eclipses through here, and why is it have this count right here is because you can see where the low goes to a low again right here, which is out of pattern right here. And same thing right here, the 01A to the B has its line going through there because it's right going back here, low, high, low, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, okay, till it goes to low, low. That's what this line is about. So do the same thing after it goes down to 21 through here. Okay, this is the center point right here, the FMC number 20, occurred in the year 2009. and go low, high. It just went low, high, low, high, low, high. We're going to go all the way down here, low, high, low, until it goes right down to here to load again, low, low. This right here is a count of 21 eclipses. T plus 1 equals 3. 9, 3, and then it's going to do 9 again before it goes back again to the 01A, 01B, right there. And even more, not more interesting, but even more added to that is, does this right after the 09. It switches to low, low. And down here, right after the 30, it's going to switch to low, low. 9 and 3. And then it gets even more because over here, you can see, let's start right here. You can see where this has a 3 circles in this wave, 3. From there, it's going to do 9 of the squares in wave 3. There's no 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, with the fifth one, or right there, being the center, creating the 9. That's going to give you a 9 right there. And then it's going to go back to doing 3 circles in wave 2. I think I said wave 1 before, but it was wave 2 on the circles. So that's going to be creating a pattern of 1, 2, 3 in here because it's going to do the 3, 9, and the 3. Again, the reason why I say it makes the 1, 2, 3 is because these are very special numbers to the Creator, 3 and 9, the biggest ones that they are. Not with the 6 in there. The 3 and the 3, 9, 3 is a huge one. Or the 3 and the 9 pair, but here you got 3, 9, 3, creating a 1, 2, 3, and then what it's going to do is it's going to do 4 triangles, which is the wave 1. That's essentially half of the wave 1, which is now going to create a break in the 1, 2, 3, something the Creator does all the time. See it many, many times, is this kind of a pattern. It's a little bit different than this one, but not really any, because you can actually see right here the 1, 2, 3, and a break in it, right? So you got a 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to have 4 in here, breaking the 1, 2, 3 pattern, and then it's going to repeat it and start it all over again until it goes back to the beginning right here. So there's the 3, 9, 3, break with a 4, 3, 9, 3, break with a 4, and then 3, 9, 3, repeating it over in a 1, 2, 3 pattern X. I had to stop the video because it was going to stop in itself or do something anyway, so I'm going to scan through the text on here so that this can all be paused and read. So you can have the understanding of what it is that you're looking at here. So anyway, here we go. Alright, so this paper here, pretty much explained all that on the last one. There's not much of anything that changed on here, I don't think, except for these were highlighted a little bit more to include their actual date, not just their time duration right there. Something else I don't think I pointed out was that you can see right here, this is, this would be an 18 eclipse period right here. And this is the number, the digital root, the 9. Is what that comes to from its time duration of 324.45 years. Of course, that's 4 years. That is an average on its time right there. It'll have exactly 4,014 orbits of Triton 4, or also would be the Moon for Earth, and 684 shadows or eclipses in total from all of the FMC number 1 through 38. So that doesn't include the number 39. And then here's the 50, or the numbers for the 15 eclipse side over here, and this is the same. It's the same over here. And these will do that over and over here on Triton 3 with Triton 4, but not on Earth. These will be evaporated in time as it moves into the future. These will no longer exist. This whole thing will completely go away. So again, somehow it created this kind of order in here over really essentially a small period of time, and then it's going to go out of order. So none of this, according to NASA, will even exist in 1,200 years. Not a single thing that's on this paper right here. None of it. Absolutely none of it will even be here anymore, according to them. According to them, there'll be these new eclipse cycles that are not this cycle, these cycles. All these cycles, all 38, 39 of them will be gone, never to be seen again. So this paper, anything is done. Oh, no, yeah, there's more added to this one right here. I don't think it's pointing this out. But anyway, let's see. Oh, yeah, when you take the, you take and, yeah, subtract the 1 hour, 30 minutes, 31 minutes negative from the 1 hour, no, it's the other way around, yeah. You subtract the positive 1 hour, 7 minutes from the 1 hour, 31 minutes, you have come up with a balance of negative 24 minutes. And before I was pointing out these right here, how these match up like super close. Well, this one right here, you can have a balance of negative 24 minutes. And over on this side, you can have a balance of positive 22 minutes. A little bit of extra info in there. These right here, you can just read about those down the text in there. I'm not going to go over those on here. This one. And these right here, I already went over this pretty much on there also. If you want to find out anything additional, read through these. Anyway, this is described in the text down here too. And this. Now we get to this part over here. Let me do something here. Now this is where things get, I would say, even more incredible than the rest of what was just described. And that is that these points right here, okay, these are exact within a half a degree on this particular one. These are all moved to their nearest quarter degree, and these are within their nearest half a degree. Their nearest half a degree, so it doesn't mean they're off by half a degree. They're basically off by at the most like a quarter of a degree. Off meaning that that's just where we put all of these. They're either right on their degree marker or to the halfway point, as you can see in this one right here. All of those are to their halfway degree markers. And these are pretty much the same, except for, well, there's two of them. One of them that is right on its degree marker. Anyway, they're certainly within 1/2 of a degree of where these eclipses occur in their orbital pattern. Those can be verified, either that information, again, that we have that listed down there. You can verify any of this information through on the Max Planck Institute's Astro Apps, but the easiest one is on, it's an astrology site, but I use it for the locations in degrees on the zodiac at AstroSeek. It's very easy to use. It's easy to find these things quickly on there. So you can check them all. They're all going to be right here in these positions. These are the other 4. Make it a total of 8 of them. These 8, which is the same 8 as those. Right? These 8 that are in this 18.03 year period. Okay? All the stuff that was over there, you're now seeing right over in here. If you move one of these right here forward in time, like say you move this one right here forward in time, by one eclipse, meaning 18.03 years, it's going to move at approximately or an average of 10.8 degrees down the line there right here, or clockwise. If you move them back in time, well, then it's going to go the other way. So this is very significant, very important to understand right here, is that if any of these right here were moved forward or backward in time, you don't get this pattern right here. Those four will not be like that. Same thing over on the other side right here, which looks, it's very, very close. These are not all exactly the same degrees between each one of them on these. They're super close. These are exact right here between this point to this point on these from the in the center position right here. This is exactly 9 degrees. It's 9 degrees here. Okay, same thing on here. 52.5 degrees, 52.5, 93. Where did that come from? 93 degrees, and this one right here is a little bit different. Over here is a 94.5 degrees. We'll go back to here and show you again what I was pointing out over here. If you move any of these forward or backward in time, then you won't have this pattern right here. If you wanted to create the same pattern, you'd have to move this one forward in time and this one backward in time in order to balance this out and even it out so that it has the same distance apart from each other. If you did that, if you wanted to do that, then this one over here would not look, well, like that one. And then you'd have to do the same thing to this one. Reason why I point that out is because anybody looking over here, you can find some places in here where you might think, let me see if I can find one on here quickly enough. You find some places where you can move these, shift these around, and then they get thrown out of the same, being in the same 18.03 year period. You can find places in here where you could arrange these things, like right here. Yeah, here's a good example right here. This one right here at the 19 and the 21 is at 8 hours 6 minutes, and this one is 8 hours 2 minutes. But if you shifted this around, you could move this to where it's 8 hours 1 minute and 8 hours 1 minute. This is, at least these are the from the SARL cycles. Again, these are hand calculated by myself though. These numbers in here, the 6585 with the 8 hours 6 minutes. NASA does not provide these time duration minutes times in between these. You can either go by what I have, or you can verify them and check them yourself, either using a time duration calculator or do them by hand. Doing them by hand is really super quick. I pound through these things quick, just moving through them. Anyway, the point is here is that you see right here where this has an 8 hours 1 minute and an 8 hours 1 minute. But if you did that, you're now going to have this again, because this is moving in time duration forward this way and time duration forward that way. That's why these numbers over here, you see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the blue, and over here it's going to be 6, 5, 3, 2, 1 in blue. It's because the 1 to the 1 blue here, the 1 blue there, is going to be in the same 18.03 year period. You see right here, this one is ending in 1973, moving forward in time that way. And this one right here is moving, time ending is 1973, the 1 to the 1. So anyway, same time duration period is correct over here. If you move any of these out into different, move these into any kind of a different alignment at all, my point is I'm getting to is, if you realign any of these pairs right here in exactly the way that they are highlighted in the green right here, every single one of these, you change any of those around any way that you seem to think is better suited for the way that they align in their numbers, well, you don't get this right here. Same thing over here. Look at this one. Look closely, there's those four to these four. There's two that are really close to each other. This one and this one are very close in the same distance apart as these two over here. Same thing over on this one. There's those two to those two. And there's these. Yeah, try and move one of those forward or backward in time. What are you going to get? You completely change it. You move any one of them forward or back in time and you don't get that. Again, these are all in their landing positions in their orbit according to these alignments. Nobody in the world knows this information, but they will know it soon because this is incredible to have their understanding of this. All right, so here's the other side over here on this one, okay? There to there. The larger one here to this one, and then this one. You see this one right here is, this right here is the 01A. The reason why this is not connected in here, and you can see that it's, you know, there's the 01A and the 01B and the 20 in here, and they don't have connecting lines on them because they really should have another fourth wheel down here in connecting because because they pair up differently than the 18 over here. That's why they're up on top right up in here. Because they have a different pairing pattern that happens between the three of those right there. Again, you can see them up here. They have a different pairing pattern than the other 18. These 18 right here. And those 18 are all these here, here, and here, but not with the 20, 01B, and the 01A. So just looking at it, when you're looking at this, you kind of have to try and imagine that not in there, along with the 20 and the 01B, because they really should be on another wheel over here. Again, I point that out because now you can see the order where it has the same gapping in its degrees without this one there. So even further with that is this miraculous degree pattern that happens in here. Right here, this comes to exactly 162.0 degrees. Again, these are all marked inside of here within essentially a quarter degree of where it would be more or less. Again, because they're moved to their nearest half a degree forward or backward. Anyway, this comes out to 162 degrees. 1 plus 6 plus 2, that equals 9. You have another 9 over here at 180 degrees. This one right here is going to equal 118.5 degrees. That equals 6. 1 plus 1 plus 8 plus 5 equals 6. This over here is going to be 136.5 degrees. That also equals 6. You have a 97.5 degrees over here. That's going to equal a 3. And over here we have 75 degrees, which equals 3. Both sides with different degree numbers on them, making two separate 3, 6, 9 patterns. 3, 6, 9, 9, 6, 3. And then of course the distance between all of those, again pointed out, this one's 94.5, that equals 9. This one right here is a 93 degrees, that equals 3. This is a 52.5, that's equals 3. 52.5, that's a 3, and 9 degrees, and 9 degrees, and of course, that's obviously 9. I'm going to say it one more time that none of these right here are just tossed in here or approximated other than they're moving to their nearest half a degree. Their nearest half a degree, every single one of them, their closest half a degree marker is this is their positions. So here's this right here is a center line that we put in here. We have the galactic plane, just like we have over here, but this is now just turned around so that we could show you the best possible view of it. We could have having this the 3, 6 lines showing up right here. Absolutely incredible. So when, well, every one of these, the way that this works out, every single one of these moving through everywhere, every single time, we have way more to show everybody than what there is on this right here. This goes way bigger than this. Absolutely incredible. This is small stuff compared to what we have. This is big in the way that it's going to be easy for people to understand that something big is happening because it's all verifiable. This has all happened in, relatively, close proximity to the current time that we live in, right? I mean, this happened in from 1968 and finished in 2018 here. It's right there. It's all just happened. And the other one is because, again, it's all verifiable. You'll find out that every single spec, every single thing on here that I just talked about, every single thing that's in the information, this text right here, is all correct. Including these over here. That's quite incredible. Incredible. Okay. And nobody knows about this. They will soon. Okay, I'm not sure there's much more of anything that I can add, and I'm happy to be finished with it because I don't actually really I'm not a YouTube person. We don't do these videos to make money off of YouTube. In fact, we made no money on any of this so far. We will soon because we're going to be selling copies of these, hand-signed copies. But anyway, that's for another video. I think I've done here.